Well, good morning. It's Monday, and I'm headed to the Harrisburg DMV to try and get this registered. This is the first time this car's been on the road in, I would assume, 5 years. I just put a couple gallons of gas in it. Well, I put a couple gallons of gas in it the other day when I took it on its first time on the road. Let's, put a couple more gallons in it. I don't want to top it up because, fuel prices are up a little bit, and if I break this thing with a full tank of gas in it, I'd be pretty mad. So, let's see how it goes. Getting there. Yeah, the windows don't go up. It's 40 degrees outside, so my hands are getting a little cold. But other than that, it's going pretty good. Update. Cruise control works. Oh, this is so nice. I can slow down with it. I can speed up with it. Oh, this is awesome.
North toward Harrisburg.
So I just got onto Route 15 North, and this is first time the car's been on a kind of a highway in a long time. I mean, it's only a 55 mile an hour road. It's not that fast, but it's still kind of cool that I'm doing this. I got kind of spoiled for a long time. Once I got my minivan can tow, then I had a Suburban that could tow, and then my F-250 can tow. So I haven't had to do one of these trips in a long time, but my wife's using the truck today. I just decided to drive this up here rather than try and tow it with my minivan. It's just kind of neat. Just haven't done one of these kind of trips in a long time, so it's so far this thing's pretty nice. It's not very sketchy. I'm a little cold. My hands are cold because I can't roll the windows up. I forgot my gloves. I forgot all of my gloves, but we're gonna make it. So, an hour drive, 40 minutes in the DMV, got my plate, got my antique vehicle plate. Cool thing about antique vehicle plates is they don't require emissions or safety inspection. The downside is they say you get 5,000 miles a year, and you're not really supposed to drive them at night. You're only supposed to drive them like to and from car shows and occasional use, which realistically, this isn't going to get used very much in the state of Pennsylvania. We live really close to the Maryland line, so really a lot of our driving is going to be done in Maryland, and the rules don't really cross over, so I'm not really that concerned about it. Another thing that's kind of inconvenient about registering vehicles in Pennsylvania is that they have to do VIN verifications if a vehicle comes from out of state. So say this car came from Virginia, and I'm bringing it to Pennsylvania. So when I brought it here, they had to physically look at the VIN number, which is kind of a pain in the butt because then it means I had to bring the vehicle to the DMV. Or if I went to a tag and title shop, I would have had to bring it to the tag and title shop. So say the vehicle wasn't running, or like I didn't have a truck and trailer, or if I didn't want to risk it using another vehicle's plate like I did today, it would have just been much more of a hassle. I would have probably ended up using a tag and title shop in town and just gotten the car towed there. And another thing, Pennsylvania relies very heavily on tag and title shops to get your plates and your registrations done. The only place that I've found that will do same-day antique plates is the actual DMV, and you have to come here in person to do it. It's really a pain, but an hour drive, 40 minutes inside. I'm going to have an hour drive home. I got a lot of troubleshooting done. It's not that bad. I did develop a small fuel leak while I was here, so I got to diagnose that when I get home, but I also got to take stuff to the dump when I get home, so I'm probably not going to touch this for a few more days, but I got it done. I got it out of the way. I do some driving home and hopefully not run out of fuel, but I doubt I will. So anyway, Let's get headed home. So check out this place. Let's say it's called C&J Performance. They got some stuff that's right up my wheelhouse there. It's like, you know, 70s and 80s Mopar stuff with a bunch of early 90s stuff sprinkled in. Well, not just Mopars. They got AMCs and Fords. They have an old cab over truck that looks like an old fire truck, but maybe I'll stop in there someday and talk to them, because I've been driving by there for years and they just keep getting more and more stuff. So I stopped here to take some pictures, and I noticed something about the rear suspension. This tire's sitting out pretty far. This tire's kind of sucked up in there. If you look down, you can see it's not exactly straight, which means that the track bar is bent on it. So there's a couple people that make adjustable ones. I'm just going to probably buy a stock one for this, because I'm not going to lower the rear. I'm going to leave the rear stock height on this. I'll lower the front a little bit. So those are, you know, 40 or 50 bucks. The adjustable ones are about 130 plus shipping. The other wagon definitely needs an adjustable one. This one's not going to get one. That's just one other thing. I think what I'm going to do next on this, though, is fix the window regulators up front so they'll roll up and down. Yeah, I'm almost home. Let's get there. So I just fixed the fuel leak I had. It was just a old fuel hose clamp had come apart and rotted away, basically. All the lines on this really need to get done. I'll do that in the fall. They'll be good enough for the spring and the summer. Anyway, I replaced the clamp. I just had to put one hose clamp on it and all was good to go. Then I was looking at this and I was measuring the side to side of the rear axle, and I realized that I measured wrong. We actually found one of these in a junkyard in Mount Airy. It was Mount Airy, right? And we found one of these in a junkyard in Mount Airy. Pulled a bunch of parts off of it. So I pulled some wood paneling for my wagon, and we pulled some for her wagon, and we pulled some interior pieces for both of them. The car was white. It had bright red interior. Mine has a burgundy interior, and hers has a like blue and gray interior. So, but between the two, we'll have enough parts to, you know, make some pieces work. The radio in her car doesn't work. I don't have a factory radio, but we took a factory radio from the parts car, so we'll have to see what we come up with. So anyway, we got this running. It's not leaking fuel anymore, so I might give it a little test drive later to see how it drives and stuff, and then I might take it down to the car wash to give it a little pressure wash and get some of this dirt out of the paint. We're cooking dinner now, so it's probably gonna be dark by the time I get that done. We'll see where this gets us. Claire doesn't want to be in the photo, but this is the first McDonald's trip in the new wagon. I usually hate washing cars. I'm not very good at it. You know, always miss spots and stuff. I can't stay focused on the task long enough. But pressure washing them, I can usually do that pretty good, because there's a definitive line between where the dirt is and where it's not. So this is going to be pretty fun to watch. If the paint's real wrecked, I might make up some of that Vice Grip Garage Shine Juice and see what that does. It's just boiled linseed oil, mineral spirits, and a little bit of WD-40, and it'll basically make the patina or make the messed up paint shine some, because I really don't care. Because hopefully the fall, the spring, some point in this, not this summer, we're gonna repaint this thing black and redo the wood paneling black and all that. So it's all gonna be temporary. So this is what we're starting out with. You know, it's dirty, it's grimy. It's pretty gross. I've never filmed myself doing this, so this is gonna be a little awkward. Whatever. Alright, spot number 2. Give this a shot. Got done pressure washing it. Got a bunch of weird looks because I had the camera going the whole time. I just figured out that all the door seals are bad, and I mean, I got some papers wet, nothing important, just, you know, the title to the car, so that's cool. Headed back to the house now. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do to this, so I'm not sure where else I'm gonna leave off. I took the airbox lid off and pushed it to the side, so well, this is how it kind of turned out. You know, not great in a couple spots because I couldn't really see what I was doing in there. So maybe I could clay bar it, but there's not a lot of clear coat in a lot of the spots. And I'm just, you know, pressure washing dirt out. Maybe I'll give it another shot. I also don't really know what I'm doing with this when it comes to this stuff. The roof, I started getting frustrated, but I think I could actually wash some of this off, like some of the stuff here. I think it'll just come off. But I have another wood trim piece, so I'm gonna, you know, wire wheel some of this rust down and then replace this wood paneling. So this wood paneling right here is actually just plastic urethane with like a metal inside of it. So I'll replace that, and then I still have, you know, dirt dripping out of the trim because I can't pull it off, and it's got, you know, 35 years of dirt in there. But for, you know, 20 minutes of pressure washing it, it didn't come out too bad. So we'll see how far I get, but so far it's been a pretty fun little project. That was the one that was giving me the fuel issue woes on my way back from Harrisburg. Literally just had to put a hose clamp on it, and it's been fine since then. Although I priced it out. All the hoses are on clearance right now in Rock Auto, the brake hoses. So I'm gonna order the 4 hoses, a spool of 3/16 line, 1/4 inch line, and 5/16 line. And that'll cover the fuel lines, the brake lines. That'll be it. I'm just gonna redo everything because I want this to be safe, and I want it to be, you know, somewhat reliable. I mean, we're not going to drive it during the winter, but I just want it to be somewhat nice. You know, I'm going to have my kids in this. You know, my wife's going to be driving it, so I don't want... If it was just me, I wouldn't care, but, you know, I'm going to have my family in it, so I don't want anybody to get hurt. But, I finally ordered a clutch for my Neon, so that should be here shortly, hopefully this week. So maybe this weekend I'll get around to figuring out what parts I'm going to use for it, but we'll see. I definitely have ADD pretty bad, so I kind of float from project to project, getting what I can get done, so I have a sense of completion. And then I get to a good stopping point, I go to the next project. So this one, I'm kind of at a good stopping point, like I can drive it around. I might fix the windows on it. An hour a day will make the jack stands go away.